I'm gonna be going over the bird dog exercise and a couple faults that I typically see in the bird dog exercise and how to properly correct those faults, okay? So the first thing we'll do, get in all four position, hands directly underneath your shoulders, knees directly underneath your hips, okay? And there's two main areas of focus here, okay? And they're both at your lower back area, all right? So before we get the arms involved, we're gonna really try to perfect lifting the legs without compensating through the low back. The most common fault that I see when people start to lift their leg into the bird dog position is as they lift their leg up, their lower back starts to arch like this, and the lift becomes more through the low back and creates a lot of compression in the spine versus what it's supposed to be doing, which is hip extension, which is pushing the leg back. Like if you were walking, going up a stair or jogging, you need to be able to create this hip extension without compressing the low back. A lot of times when people are walking or running for long periods of time and they start to feel it in their back, it's because they don't have the correct hip extension. So I'm gonna show you how to get the correct hip extension first, and then we'll move into the bird dog exercise. All right, so first thing you do in this position, you pull your belly button towards your spine. As you slide your leg straight back, okay, don't lock your knee out. You can keep it slightly flexed at the end. As you start to lift up, your lower back's gonna, at some point, wanna start to round. That's where you're gonna really draw in your abdominals, okay? And you're gonna hold a pelvic tilt. You're gonna pull your pelvis back. You go back to that pelvic tilt exercise that we did before, and you'll be able to feel that as you pelvic tilt and you try to lift your leg. Now we're getting the abdominals to communicate with the glutes, okay? And if you do that, you're gonna protect your spine. All right, and if you notice, I don't go up as high as you probably think you should go with this. Some people go up a little bit higher. I know for me, it's a big issue that I work on to protect my low back because I try to be able to lift my leg without compensating through my low back. All right, so once I get that down and my low back is flat, then I'm gonna try to lift my opposite leg, hold a nice balanced position before I come back down. Fight the urge to want to go super high and super fast with this. It's a slow and controlled movement. We're trying to get our body to communicate effectively. All right, if we can't get our front and our back to communicate effectively, then we're gonna end up putting too much strain on the back or the hip. So make sure you stick with this slow and steady, and that's what wins the race.